Good morning, Anya. Okay, so we are gonna just really gently start to mobilize things. Obviously, I'm aware that this coming week, this video is specifically for the coming week because obviously with your SI joint and everything else, we don't want to do anything too big. So we're just going to work on mobilizing through the body, warming up joints, bracing, working out, how to brace the core properly. And then the weeks following, your morning mobility video will be a bit more mobilization as opposed to just trying to kind of keep everything in place. So we're going to start off on hands and knees. So bringing hands underneath the shoulders. You may have heard 1,000 different cues from yoga teachers about hand positioning. I basically want you to find the crease on your wrist and line it up with, if you imagine just a line going straight across your mat, that's your hand position. So hands underneath the shoulders. If you have a tendency to lock out your elbows, I want you to micro bend them and try and turn the creases towards each other. So you're thinking about wrapping the shoulder in slightly. And then we're going to move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, you're thinking belly comes down, gaze lifts up, and then pull the shoulders right down the back as if you were trying to pull the mat towards you, spread collarbones wide. And then as you exhale, push with the hands, knuckles really press down here, round the back. Tuck the pelvis under, push the floor away, separate the shoulder blades, gaze goes back to the belly button. Inhaling, feel the belly come down, lift the gaze up, pull the hands back, 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 back. Exhale, round away. One more time, inhale. Belly comes down, shoulders pull back. Exhale, push the floor away, knuckles really ground down. Come and find a neutral position. We're going to do this next one 3 times. So I want you to bring, again, keep hands under shoulders, but this time we're going to push down through the top of the feet. So you start to feel almost a sense of lift through the quads. It might be that for now, this is where we stay and we think about being here and we're active. And then I want you to think about pulling the hands back towards the knees whilst pushing the knees forward. So they don't move. You're just pushing through the tops of the feet. So you're trying to create that sense of lift and then pull the two together. Just doing that, you should really feel your core start to brace. So pull the hands towards the knees. Keep pressing down with the shins. Push the knees forward towards the hands. Watch that the head doesn't drop. Try and retract the chin. And release that tension. Okay. Slide it out side to side. We're going to do that 2 more times. So again, finding yourself in that position, elbows, creases turn towards each other. Push through the top of the feet. So if we feel that kind of lift of the kneecaps, pull the hands back towards the knees, push the knees forward towards the hands. Really feel your stomach and your core bracing here. And then again, notice the chin drops, double chin, lift the gaze slightly forward. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pushing the floor away, keep that tension. Release. If your wrists are getting sore, by all means shake them out. We're going to do 1 more time, then we're coming to line up front. Okay, last time. Turn the creases towards each other, push the floor away, flat back. Push down with the top of the feet, pull the hands towards the knees, pull the knees forward towards the hands. Keep breathing, head goes up. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. 1 more breath cycle. Ooh. Okay, cool. Walk yourself back. We're going to come down to lie on our stomachs here. So we're going to try and use the wrists, stay off the wrists. Use the hands, stay off the hands. So I want you to bring your forehead down onto the floor. So again, we're aiming for a long neck. I'm going to keep mine off for the purpose of talking you through what we're about to do. So hands into a double U shape. So the elbows are just lower than the shoulders. Forehead comes down. You're going to think about creating a double chin so that the forehead just hovers off the mat. So double chin, forehead hovers. Hold. Feel the back of the neck start to wake up, especially when we're driving and we're looking down quite a lot. Release. Bring the forehead back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So engage, double chin. Lift the head ever so slightly. Release down. 1 more time, double chin. Forehead lifts slightly. release down. Okay, we're going to build on that. So we're going to double chin, and then we're going to squeeze the elbows towards the ceiling. Create a fist with the hands, turn the thumbs to point up. Squeeze the elbows. Don't try and wrench into the lower back. Keep this low. So double chin, elbows go up, and then squeeze the arms forward as if you're trying to get your biceps next to your ears. Then pull them down. Really think about using your back. Pull the elbows down towards the waist. Release the elbows, release the head. We're going to do 4 more rounds of that. We really want to wake up the back so that as we're sitting, it's our back muscles that are holding us in posture. So double chin, elbows squeeze, arms go forward, elbows pull back towards the waist, release the arms, release the head. 3 more times. Double chin, thumbs up, go forward, pull back, release, release. 2 more. When you're ready, don't rush these. Double chin, arms, forward, back, release, release. Last one. Double chin, squeeze, forward, back, release, release. Okay, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Find your way up and then straight back to a child's pose, but keep the toes tucked. We don't want to go too far one way and then too far the other. Will aggravate the lower back. Really push the mat, push the floor away from you as if you were trying to push your bum back to your heels. Two more breaths. Gently untuck the toes, let the hips come all the way down. And slowly start to walk the hands over towards the left side. When you're here, I want you to really think about breathing into the right side of the lungs. So think about spreading the rib cage on that right side. And then as you exhale, feel the ribs stitch themselves back together again. 1 more deep breath. Slowly start to walk the hands back towards the front. And then go the other way. One more breath cycle. Bring yourself back to the center. Bring yourself back up onto all fours, move through a cat-cow. So lifting the gaze up, shoulders pull back. Exhaling, pressing down through the knuckles and fingertips. Push the floor away, round the back. Then stay in this arched position and just gently move a little bit left to right. Come and find a neutral position in the back. Okay, shuffle forward a bit. So, I want you to extend the left leg back behind you, tucking the toe underneath. When it comes to being hypermobile, we tend to lock out our elbows because it feels really good to stack joints and kind of collapse here into the pelvis. Because of the fact that you may be doing some of the driving, we're trying to strengthen this SI joint here so that it's stable enough and active enough to be able to hold you in that shape, even if you're sitting. So, creases turn in, soften the elbows. Think about pulling up through the chest. So we're not trying to press the floor away too harsh, we're just trying to create a little bit of lift and space. Ribcage here tends to flare, so try and think about stitching the ribcage together and down. So you're trying to bring the hip bone and the bottom of the ribs closer together. Okay. If you feel this in your low back, slide this knee right forward. It will take out the pull of the lower back. But if you're okay, stay where you are. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to shift your heel as far back as you can. Stretch out that back leg. And then inhale, slowly shift yourself forward. Exhale, shift back, push the heel back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Come and find a more neutral position. And then you're going to lift up that left leg. So again, we typically see this happening with hypermobiles. Keep the ribs and hips down. If you need to, by all means, bring the hand up onto the belly to make sure. And then think about keeping the little toe down towards the floor. So we're not opening the hip. We're keeping the hips square. Use the glutes to pick the leg up. Use the hamstring. Pull the abdominals in and up. Hold. Gently release down. Good. And then swap sides. Tuck the toe. So, same again. Take a deep breath. Make sure we're all aligned. So we're drawing the rib cage. We're pushing the floor slightly away. And then shift yourself forward. Inhale. Exhale. Press the heel back. Shift yourself forward. Inhale. Shift yourself back. Shift yourself forward. Shift back. Good. Come and find a neutral position. Again, making sure we're bracing. Floor presses away. Lift up. Really push the heel away. Little toe comes down towards the floor. Lift up using the glute. Draw the ribcage in. Draw the core up towards the ceiling. Hold. And then release down. Good, so same premise, this time I'm going to do it with the heel, the knee bent. So tuck left toe, lift the leg. Notice again, I'm open on this side, so my hip naturally wants to open. Close the knee towards the floor, draw the rib cage in, and we're going to pulse the heel to the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, and then just at the very top, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Swap sides, last bit on the wrists. Right leg goes up again, notice the difference one side to the other, make sure we're not collapsing. Pull yourself towards the ceiling. And again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top of the movement and then just pulse right at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee down. Good. Okay, last bit. I'm going to ask you to roll onto your back. Hello. Can you come over here, please? Come over here, baby. Good. Okay. No. Down. So roll yourself onto your back. Come all the way down. So you've probably seen these before and or done them. They're called dead bugs. They are one of your new favourite friends. And we will build up through the variations of these as we go. Sorry. Okay. First variation. Tucking chin down towards the chest. As soon as you bring the knees in, we tend to notice where we're holding tension in the back line that I talked to you about. A lot of the times this will present as people lifting their chin up to escape this stretch in the neck. Tuck the chin back down. Hands come up towards the ceiling. Again, if you know you hyperflex, keep them bent all the time, micro bend. Think about pulling. Again, notice the rib cage here. We tend to arch it. Pull the ribs down so you feel that space under the lower back relieving itself. Feet come up, active, heels press away, and then draw the knees out over the hips. So you really have to think about bracing here now. So option 1, we're going to stay here. And we're just going to bring the knees slightly away till the body starts to shake and you feel like you can't hold this. And then bring it back in. We're going to do 5 of those. So exhale, knees away. Inhale them back in. Exhale them away. Inhale them back in. Exhale them away. Inhale back in. Exhale away.
Inhale back in. Last time. Exhale, bring them away, hold them out. Should have seen that coming, shouldn't you? Sorry. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Bring the knees in. Okay. If that felt intense and you were really struggling to stop the rib cage from trying to open up as the knees pulled away, we're going to do it again and you're going to repeat that. If that felt okay, we're going to add in both arms, and then as the weeks progress and you feed back to me, we'll start to make this slightly more challenging, but this will always be a part of your morning routine. So knees go out, feet are active, arms come up, ribs come down. So stay the same or change it. If we're going to change it, we're going to move the arms and the knees away. Exhale, inhale, bring them both towards each other. Just back to the start point, so knees over hips, arms over shoulders, not kind of close. Okay, so again, 4 more. Exhale, move them away. Inhale them back. Exhale them away. Inhale them back. Exhale away. Inhale them back. Exhale away. Inhale them back. Last one. Exhale them away. Inhale them back. Release. Okay. Plant the feet down. We're going to do the last exercise. Because again, this week we're just really trying to pull everything in so that we start to create this good brace around the body to hold you. So I'm going to do a glute bridge. It will stretch out what we've just done in the abdominals whilst also making sure that we're waking up the back of the body. Walking the feet fairly close. And then as you come up, I want you to think about bringing the knees feet slightly wider than hips. As you come up, think about bringing the knees in just slightly. We're not trying to get the knees to touch. We're trying to bring them in just as though they were trying to roll onto the inside arch of the foot. We're trying to hit the glute med as opposed to the outside of the hips. So, ribs come down, hands can come down to help. We're going to scoop the pelvis underneath first. Then start to push with the feet. Bring the knees in slightly. Imagine you're trying to squeeze the knees in against a block. Lift all the way up. Keep the chin to the chest. Don't let it open. And then gently lower back down. I'm going to do 5 of those. So again, lifting, tucking pelvis, squeezing the knees in, lift up, 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 up. Keep the chin to the chest, ribs caged down. And then slowly back down. 4, deep breath in. Exhale, ribs down, pelvis scoops, lift up. 3, all the way up. And then come down. 2 more times. Take a deep breath in. Rib cage down. Tuck the pelvis. Scoop yourself up. Chin to chest, chin to chest, chin to chest. Up, 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 up. And come down. Last time. Deep breath in. Scoop the pelvis. Ribs down. Chin to chest. Lift all the way up. You know what's coming. We're going to pause at the top. Lift a little bit higher. Really squeeze those knees as though you're trying to squeeze them in against a block or a book. Notice here if the hips are level. If they're not, try and squeeze one side. Try and find yourself in a more neutral position. 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Good. Okay. Just gently drop the knees one side to the other. Slowly. Good, and then when you're ready, just bringing yourself onto one side, pushing yourself up. And we're going to leave it there this week, and we're just going to see how that feels, how the body responds, and we'll build on it next week, okay? Have a great day.